Good evening, fellow human beings. Welcome to Tuesday night. Welcome to day 42. I hope everyone is having a good day, and I hope everyone has kept summer in their prayers. Um, if you did not catch the interview earlier, where Chris spoke with Candace in her home, or even if you did, let's talk about it. But first, as you can see from my agenda right here, welcome in those who are coming in. My name is Libby, and this is my channel where I talk about stuff. And I like to get different perspectives. So I watch a lot of different channels, and the channels, the creators that I watch mostly don't agree with one another on theories and things. But that's why I watch a variety. I like to analyze, the cases. But at the end of the day, well, at the beginning and the end of the day, it's about this little girl. And so make no mistake, even though, we get all wrapped up in these cases, there's a reason. There is a reason. We are all concerned about this little girl. We are all a little bit consumed by it, about this case. The fact that it's so strange how she just went missing. And not to mention that she's just the brightest little light. She reminds me of Tinkerbell. Just a little pixie, a little fairy, just darling. Um, anyway, she's captured a lot of people's hearts, and we want her back. And it's comforting to talk to others about that and what may have happened. And sometimes it gets heated. People get emotional, of course. People get defensive. People argue. People want to be right, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's all about Summer, and she is who I care about, along with the other, the three boys, her siblings, and that's that. So anyway, according to this agenda, we're going to be looking at this website here, and this is a new website that was launched by, I believe, one of the members of the church that the Wells attend. And so it has been approved by the Wells, and they actually feature, let's see if I can move around in or on the web page and see if it will allow me. Like if I scroll down like this, are y'all seeing that? Yep. Okay. Okay. So as you can see at the top here, it says Find Summer Wells. And it says the official site for information pertaining to Summer Wells, who disappeared from her home on June 15, 2021. This is the official website approved by the Wells family. So then there's portions of the interview with the Rogersville, whatever it's called, review, I think, which we're going to be looking at also. And then there's a blog spot. I don't know if there's anything in there. Okay, so they have the prayer circle, which they just had this evening. And I saw some of that. I would encourage you to watch, and we may look at some of it later, depending on how things are rocking and rolling in here. So it says we've had lots of interviews, but these are the most thorough we are sharing. Okay, so this one that we're going to be talking about. Why this website, as everyone knows, the social media is a basket of good, bad, and ugly. A situation such as a missing child stirs the hearts and emotions. So true. And then, of course, contact the TBI if you have information about Little Summer. And then they've got the About section. So this just gives some stats about her. Age 5, female, Caucasian, blonde eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes, 3 feet tall, about 40 pounds, from Rogersville, Tennessee. And then there's the media. So it'll link you to Candace. I did notice that they're spelling her name Candace here, but then in the news stories, like in the Rogersville Review that we're going to look at, they actually spell it Candus, which is what I thought it was. So I'm not really sure about that, but that these are media links which will be added if in proper harmony with the investigation to find Summer Wells missing since June 15th. And that, you know what? I mean, in my opinion, this website is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not muddled up with all the social media stuff, which, I admit we're on right now. And so I'm part of being a muddler, but I try not to. Like I said, I'm worried for this little girl, and she's sort of captured my heart, and I want to know what happened to her, and I want for if someone did this to her, then I want that person to not be able to do it to anyone else, you know. So that said, what is next on the agenda? Candace's interview with the Rogersville Review. Okay, y'all are saying that the Candus is correct. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And hello, Clary Fairchild. What a delightful name you have. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Julie, and thank you. Don't wear it out. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, let me give you something nice. I mean, she is nice to look at there, but I want to show you this collage. I'll keep it right there while I am reading the interview. All right. And I won't be able to see the chat, so talk amongst yourselves, please. And I'll read it when I come back. Okay, so I'm going to show you, there's this picture that's the lower portion of their driveway loop. And I am going to show you that after I read the article, because it shows like a blind spot, okay, which could be significant. Okay, so here's the article. If you took her, just bring her back. You don't even have to tell me what you did. Just bring her back. Say that you found her walking. I don't care. Just bring her back. That's all I care. So pleaded Candace Wells late Sunday afternoon in regards to her 5-year-old daughter, Summer, who went missing 5 weeks ago, seemingly vanishing within 5 minutes of last being seen. I don't understand it, the child's mother said. It don't make no sense. Candace recalled June 15, the day Summer disappeared. Candace's mother, also named Candace, but whose nickname Candy, needed to see a doctor in Kingsport about her aching knee. We went to Gatlinburg and the boys accidentally kept tripping over her sore knee, Candace said. She had an artificial knee replaced, and if you twist it the wrong way, it pops out and hurts really bad. And she couldn't figure out why it wouldn't stop hurting after a while, so I took her to the ER that morning. After taking Candy to Holston Valley, Candace and Summer went to visit some family friends in Kingsport. They invited me over to sit at their house while I waited for my mom to get done, so we weren't sitting in the hot truck. So I went over there, Candace said. I was sitting and Mom called me to come get her, said Candace, adding that the 15-year-old son of her friend asked to go along. I went and picked her up, and then we drove all the way across town and dropped her prescription off. They said it would be about 30 minutes at the most. So we were like, well, instead of sitting here in the car where it's hot, it was baking hot, we'll just go to Warriors and let Summer swim for a little while. Like I said, we weren't even planning on going swimming or fishing or anything, Candace said. So they went to Warriors Path State Park and let Summer and the boys swim in the cove just south of the park's horse stables. I figured 15 or 20 minutes in the water, run a little bit of energy out instead of sitting in the truck, Candace said. One of the last videos shot of Summer before her disappearance is of her swimming in that cove. There has been much speculation on social media about what happened next. According to accounts, Summer went underwater and the boy dove in to save her. Candace said that didn't happen. In the video, Summer is seen splashing in the lake, then stands up to reveal it's only about waist deep. That boy lied on everything that happened, Candace said, because the place I was at, there was no rocks. She didn't slide on no rocks and fall in the water. She wasn't under the water for 20 seconds or more, like he said. That was just a bunch of lies he made up. I don't know why he did that. There was no incident at all. That don't even make no sense why he would even say that. And the video that I took is the same exact time that they were in the water playing, Candace said. If Summer had fallen, she'd jump right back up. And and that don't make no sense to me at all. There's so many rumors and lies going around. None of it makes sense. Couch police, that's what I call them. After the swim, it was back across Fort Henry Drive to Walgreens, then a quick stop at a grocery store. We went back and picked up my mom's prescription and went to Priceless. I dropped off the boy after Priceless and we come home. And then me and my mom, the boys were in watching YouTube like they always do. My mom says, "Let's rearrange and plant the flowers." She goes, "Well, we know the boys aren't going to help us. I know Summer will." So I yelled for Summer. She was in the house with the boys. She comes out and she was planting flowers with us, Candace said. The flowers were put in planters next to Grandma Candy's camper, with Summer handling some of the tasks, Candace said. She put all the rocks on top. She did all the rocks herself. We went into Grandmother's after we were done. She asked Grandma for a piece of candy. Grandma gave her a piece of candy. She told me she wanted to go back over with her brothers, so I literally walked her halfway between the camper and the house, Candace said. I watched her go in the door and I could see her brothers at the kitchen table. When she went in, I walked over and yelled at the boys. I said, "Watch Summer, I'll be right back. I've got to fix Mom's knee brace." I was standing right there at the camper. I was over there fixing it. Literally, you can see my house from the camper door. She did not walk out the front door. Candace estimated it took maybe 2 to 5 minutes to fix Mom's brace. When I got done, I come back in. I asked the boys, "Where's your sister?" They said, "She went downstairs to play with her toys, Mom." I said, "Okay," and I went and hollered down the steps. I always holler for them down there, and she didn't holler back. I said, "Are you sure she's down there?" They said, "Yeah, she just went down there." So I went down there and I searched. I looked everywhere I could. Then I went through the house and I kept calling for her, yelling for her, everything. I came out here outside yelling for her, everything else, and she was nowhere. So I called Don because I was freaking out, Candace said. Don, Summer's father, was installing drywall at a job site in Jonesboro. I said, "I can't find Summer. Get home now," Candace recalled. He was like, "Call 911." So I dropped my phone because I had to run over and get Mom's phone and dial 911 because her AT&T phone is the only one that works out here to call 911. So I called them and told them what's going on. Before the cops even came out, I went down and told my neighbors, "Summer is missing. Will you help me look?" Just in case she did wander off. But I knew in the back of my mind, she's never wandered off. She never went nowhere without me. She'll ask me to do something before she even goes and does it. And she's scared to go in the woods herself because we've told her time and time because of the bears and snakes, Candace said. I sent the older boys down through the creek. If they've got a walkie-talkie and their buck knife, they can go down through there. I sent all them searching, and I went out in my mom's truck and went all the way down by the church, then went all the way back down the other way, and I didn't see nobody, even out and about, Candace said. Then I went all the way back in the holler as far as the truck can go, and I didn't see nothing back there either. When I was coming back up out of the holler, the cops were coming up in my driveway. So I just followed them up in here. I don't recall if Don was here before the police got here or if he was here at the same time they showed up, said Candace. We searched everywhere we could possibly search. They were out here for 3 or 4 days straight, searching 5,000 square acres. They searched all this mountain terrain, all the way down through here. They busted into my shed down there and destroyed it, she said. What really gets me is when they were searching for her, why didn't they make the neighbors let them go in their sheds and buildings and stuff? Why didn't they make them unlock it? Some people were like, no, you can't search my property. Why would you do that? There's a missing kid. Why would you not let them search? It just don't make no sense, said Candace. She grew frustrated at times with the searchers. They looked in every vehicle I had, underneath every vehicle I had. They opened that tote right there, and all it's got in it is a bunch of crafts and stuff. You couldn't even fit nobody in that if you wanted to. They opened that like 7 times. They even went so small to look in my mom's sewer tank of the camper. That's holes like an inch diameter circle. Candace gestured with her thumb and index finger. How did you get that 4 foot baby in that hole? She said. Candace said she thought the police canines would have had better success if she had been notified to corral the family's 8 dogs. They'd just done some stupid, underhand stuff. When they brought the cadaver dogs up, why didn't they warn me ahead of time to find a place for these dogs to go? They just brought them up. Oh, you got dogs? You guys already knew I had dogs. That didn't pan out because you've got these 8 adult dogs wanting to smell all these new dogs you just brought up on my property. So that's going to mess up the cadaver dogs because it's not going to know which way to go, Candace said. Summer's mother also expressed frustration with the Texas Bureau of Investigation. TBI kept questioning me. They asked me the same thing, wanting me to run through my whole timeline of my day. They did that like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, you guys still don't get it. If I was going to lie, I would have to think about it. It just comes out. I don't have to sit here and think about what I did. I know what I did. I just spit it out to you 20,000 times, Candace said. A liar has to think up something. I passed my polygraph test and everybody is like, oh, you failed. No, I didn't fail. The first time I did it, they couldn't really do it with me because they threw me in the back of a squad car like I did something wrong and hauled me up there. I was already distressed over Summer being missing, and then they did that to me. So that just made more fuel to the fire and made me more upset. So by the time I got there, I was crying and shaking and I just couldn't do it, Candace said. So they told me they'll give me a few days to calm down and get some sleep and stay off your phone because that's the worst thing you can do is be on your phone. And so I did that. And then I passed. It's not like I failed anything. People are like, oh, she failed. No, I didn't fail. The only people that had to do it were me, Donnie, and Mom. All three of us passed. They took the boys to a different place, some place over by Greenville somewhere. A child advocate or something like that talked to the boys. The boys pretty much told them exactly what I told them. And I didn't even talk to the boys, Candace said. All the boys had to recall was Summer coming in the house and going downstairs. Because they got so hooked on watching YouTube, they watch Minecraft videos on YouTube. I'm like, don't you guys ever get bored with that? Candace said. They took my TV because it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi. Like they're going to find something on my TV. It's like they're digging for nothing. They're grasping at straws and not really trying. Everything that they did to me was backwards. They didn't shut down none of the roads until that day. I mean, anybody could have been out, in and out of here, gone by the time they got down here. It takes them a good 40 minutes to get from Rogersville out here, she said, adding that there had been any recent contact from law enforcement. I haven't ever spoke to them in like 2 weeks. You'd think they'd at least tell me, update me on something, but they don't even update me on nothing. I asked them to go check all these barns and sheds that have been out here for years that anybody could be in, Candace said. I tried to get them to go check on this guy who was trying to camp out here and try to take over my neighbor's property. They were like, oh, yeah, we'll check him out. It's like they don't even really care if they find her or not. That's what it seems like to me because we're poor, I guess. I guess if we had lots of money, they'd do better work, I guess. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. For some reason, TBI don't believe that she was abducted, Candace said. That's what don't make sense to me because she's not here. She don't just disappear. I've seen movies where people just start vanishing off Earth, but you know them are so fake. But somebody had to have taken her. That's the only conclusion I could come to. She had to have either somebody snuck in the basement or she walked out the back. She'll come out the basement and walk around the house to her swing. She's always did that. She's never wandered ever away from here. She's never went out of this yard at all, Candace said. Neither the basement door or the lower half of the driveway loop is visible from the area between Candy's camper and the Wells home. The slope of the hill is too great and the house blocks the view. Okay, I need to read that again. I got to get that in my mind again. Neither the basement door, okay, or the lower half of the driveway loop is visible from the area between Candy's camper and the Wells home. Okay, the slope of the hill is too great and the house blocks the view. To compound matters, although there are 8 dogs on the property, they don't bark much. Candace was asked if they were good watchdogs. Hell no, she replied. They're lazy. Sorry, that cracks me up. Anybody that came up here that could have took her could have fed the dogs down there, lower part of the yard. These dogs are so friendly and love everybody, they don't know strangers. Indeed, contrary to expectations, the dogs greeted this reporter like a known friend and hardly barked during the hour plus on the property. Okay. As the hours ticked by and more days pass, Candace can only wonder. Everything goes through my mind, she said. You go about the what ifs. What if you did this? What if you did that? There's just all kinds of crap that goes through your mind. I didn't even know how close that we even lived to these freaking sex offender people. There's literally one that could walk to my house in 8 minutes. I didn't even know they existed this close to my house. I don't believe anybody anymore. I've gotten to the point where I can't trust nobody because everybody I talk to either twists my words around or they do something. They put out more lies, and it's making it worse and harder on TBI to even find her, Candace said, adding that the stress is affecting her 3 sons as well. I won't let these boys outside if I'm not out there. I try to take them out of here so they can get their mind off it. In the summer, that's all that I do with the kids because it's summertime. They're not in school, so here's a chance when they're not at school, they get to enjoy themselves. When we go, I smile for the kids, but I'm not having no fun. I'll get in the water with them, but that don't mean I'm having fun, Candace said of the constant knowledge that summer is missing. If you look at all the pictures, she was always smiling. They're always happy kids. I mean, they'll get into fights because that's what brothers do, but other than that, they're always happy no matter what they're doing. Wyatt tells me, Mom, I feel like if I would have went downstairs and played with Summer when she asked, she'd still be here. Oh my gosh, that makes me cry. Oh, that's awful. I said, you can't blame yourself, son. I said, nobody knows what the next day is going to hold. They smile to put on a good show, but other than that, I know they're really upset. They ask me every day, is Summer coming home today? I can't answer that. I don't know. I find myself sitting out here until midnight or 1 o'clock at night, just hoping maybe that whoever took her or whatever happened, she'll come wandering back up the driveway to us, Candace said. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let me go back and read some chat. After seeing this interview, it broke me into pieces. It felt my heart crushed. I know she's not my daughter. OMG, I would be bananas. Yes, I know it is all heart-wrenching. Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know why Candace would leave her in her truck. Don't know why Candace would leave in her truck. Oh, to go look for her? Is that what you're meaning? How did someone get past all the dogs? I don't know, you guys. I don't. I don't know, but yeah, blonde. I saw that. I actually just posted a video earlier. Um, yep, this is what he posted on Facebook. Pretty strange. Okay, so now that we're all done crying, well, maybe we're all not done, but I'm going to be done crying now for a minute. And so, but what do you all, and I don't want to tear her interview apart, but at the same time, like, there were some things that stood out to me that I was just like, oh, okay. Um, Let me show you what they're talking about as far as that picture of the driveway. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, so here is like the bottom. Well, I don't know if that's even the very bottom, but it says the lower portion of the driveway loop shown here is a blind spot from the area between the Wells home and the grandmother's camper. So the camper's over here, and there's the house. So, uh, but where, you guys, what side is the basement on? Is it over here or is it behind there? I'm trying to figure out if they would have seen her go out of that basement door. But then again, I mean, if they weren't looking over there, they because Candace was looking at the knee brace and doing that. I don't know what to think about that. And then some other stuff that stood out was about the dogs because, as we know, when Chris drove up there with Candace, the dogs barked their heads off. So I don't know, but then this reporter said that they didn't. I mean, I guess this just depends on what they're doing at the time. I don't know. Dogs are, you can't count on them. Um, so I just, here's some things that I wanted to discuss really quick, that's bothering me. So Candace pretty much has disqualified or negated anything she possibly could that Hunter and Allie have said. And I'm just trying to figure out why, because it'll even be about simple things that I don't think even matter. I can understand why maybe there would be some deception around the twisted tea, but there were simple things. Um, for example, why why would Hunter make up that Summer went out of the water and that he got her? Um, and she says that was just a bunch of lies he made up. I don't know why he did that. Yeah, I don't either. I don't understand what could he possibly gain by saying that. The argument that I've heard is that he wants to be noticed. And obviously, that's an opinion, but it's purely speculation, just like it is when we talk about when some people say that they don't believe Candace because of the way that she says things and the way she conducts herself. So, anyway, everybody's got like a different little spin on it. But that really got me when little Wyatt, was it Wyatt? Whichever one of the boys said if I would have went down there and played with her. Oh my gosh, that just kills me. Okay, so part of me feels grandma distracted Candace with the knee brace and her creepy old man buddy was waiting for a chance to grab Summer. Oh my gosh. You know what, Julie? Um, that crossed my mind too. So that's why I was wondering about whether or not the basement door was locked, which I believe they've said that it was locked, right? So although it's entirely possible that someone was sneaking around there that they didn't notice, and when Summer went down to the basement, maybe that someone heard that she was there and maybe he knocked on the door. But then I believe that Chris said that he doesn't believe Summer could necessarily have unlocked the door. I was going to say maybe she, if someone were to knock on that door, would she unlock it and like let them in? Who knows? But I rambled enough. I think we better get back to our agenda, which I believe is to get to the video. Yes, Candace said sometimes she would go out the door to her swing. Ah, yes, true, Julie. Okay, so let us go to. I gotta stop sharing that. Now I'm gonna try to do this right. Y'all know I'm technologically challenged. If you're new here, now you know I'm technologically challenged. But I'm gonna try to get it right the first time. Share audio, look at me go. Okay, and then it's right here. So we're gonna go to the interview where he's at the property. And I do have it sped up a teeny bit, but not that much. It should be fine. Okay, so that was at least 5 barking dogs. Just saying. I don't know.
Hey.
That's a lot of barking.
You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here. So, when I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow! She could have even. There's a million possibilities here. Yeah, down there, and there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this right here
Usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed
Okay.
and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day though, how was it? Was it full up or
They
was
actually,
it like
that day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
okay?
Okay, guys, that concerns me. So there were workers out there that day and days prior to that. Okay. I am hoping that every single person who was on that job has been thoroughly questioned. I'm obviously not a police officer. Well, not obviously, but I'm not. Never have been one, but I'm just going to say that I've heard of many cases of different type of construction workers and lawn care people, whatever, ending up to be creepers and snatching people up. It happens. So it's a possibility.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched her.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here.
Yeah, I see those the path down there. I see the tracks down there.
Yep.
Over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this, right?
I told TBI this, yes.
Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is a creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
Okay. All right, so let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay? Okay, so from when you got home, now she's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay. From exhaustion from that day?
Yes, she was. Where I woke her up early and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay. How did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor and then he put them next to him.
They weren't. No.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap.
Okay.
And he put them on the other side of Summer.
Okay. So he reached over?
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay. Was there?
I don't mean to be a stickler, but I'm pretty sure that Hunter said that they were on his lap. I could be confused, but that's what I thought he said in the interview.
Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of crafts and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay, got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
okay.
Actually, I parked the truck and I opened both doors. It's really hard because this lawnmower is. But I opened the doors up and I shook her. I said, wake up, we're at home. She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and I said, come on. I said, Mom, I'll be right back. Well, went in there and got the boys and they were sitting at the table. And I said, come on, let's get the groceries out. And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
And this is that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boys' cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know. Okay.
Chris says hi. Oh, sorry, you guys. That struck me as funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, so when he asked her, when did she fall asleep? And she said only about 5 minutes down the road. And as I recall, Allie had said that Candace told her that she was sleeping. Now, again, I know a lot of people are saying Allie's a liar, which I don't know why they're saying. It's just like a vibe that they get. Okay. But there's no basis for it that I've heard. So, yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
And she loved this area. Boy, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing?
I'm not sure, honestly.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different.
Yeah, I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there My boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck.
Okay, now notice she did say that the dogs do that all the time. Come out of the woods and bark when someone comes on the property. And yet they didn't do that when the reporter came to do the interview. But they did just do it when Chris drove up with Candace. So I don't know. Am I saying that reporter's lying? No, I'm just saying that those two pieces of information do not sound the same, right?
Over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
And they
Those are like 50 cc's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go down that trail with their dirt bikes and they come back up on the road, up on the driveway and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
She liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, a tough another part of your heart. Okay. Yeah. And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any of it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody. Right. I'm here to talk about Summer and help you find Summer. Okay. And help anybody find her. Okay. That messaging. Okay. So you go into the house.
Go in the house.
Can I follow you in or are you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know what about yours. Still a cat.
And is this they're going to attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing. The dog's going to attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. Yeah. I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Now who's this on up here?
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rosie.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Okay. So guys, and I'm not coming from a place of trying to shame anyone. I'm truly not. But the way that this house looks is you guys, it doesn't look to be organized. I realize that it's a small home. I realize that they don't have a ton of money. I don't know. What do you make of all of this?
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to
go. Okay. Everywhere you look, that whole table is full of stuff. Every surface is full of stuff.
Go there.
I can't say.
How's your mom deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right. You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries and put them down. And then Mom, she took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in?
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff on the house like we normally do. And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here. I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I got to get them transplanted. I was like, well, Summer will help us. So I went back in. By that time, she was sitting on the floor playing with the toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys, and I said, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what kids do. It's their job.
All right.
Okay.
We walked over here and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted chasing there,
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean?
Oh, the little puppies.
Yeah,
ruins.
these little.
Oh yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay.
Then we went
Oh,
in
I see
there.
another one over
Yep,
here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out. Okay.
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
And then we went in my mom's where we can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I have to say that that was very endearing. There's just, I mean, honestly, the fact that she's wearing this t-shirt and then the little Paw Patrol figures were in there. Um, were they in there? Because I know there were pictures posted quite a while ago of the quote unquote flowers, cacti, whatever. Did anyone notice the little Paw Patrol figurines in those first set of pictures that came out?
Fine. Went in
So we
there.
went in there and got some candy and stuff to get from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm gonna go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her. I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over. I said, "Quiet." And he looked at me and I said, "Watch this. I'll be right back." And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, "Well, Mom, I gotta go back over with the kids." And that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay. You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in front with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, "Boys, where's your sister at?" Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom
Oh
and
my
then hers on
gosh.
the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled, I said, "Summer, Summer." And she didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this. This is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you can
Can we come in from the
I
other
gotta
side?
be tiny to get
this
this.
way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh man, good grief,
No, I know
bro.
if my 6 foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
This. Oh my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay,
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
that's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9,
Okay,
and they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
all her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by them.
Okay. I'm gonna slow this part down. Hopefully it doesn't sound too weird, but I just want to get a good look at this bedroom. Very dark down there.
My husband's room.
Okay,
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
that's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9,
Okay,
and they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrol,
all her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay. And this is all
And
her
These
toys.
are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that I've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds of, here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, this is one of them what do they call these? Oh, this is a little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I would just, every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
Oh,
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is, I understand her now
Yeah,
even better. Thank you.
you're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. Well, you can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on one side there and see nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know.
Okay. So that right there, let me put this on the banner. She does not, Candace does not recall if the door was locked or not. Um, and I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I don't recall her saying something differently or if she said that same thing. Do y'all know? I know that I've heard different things, but I don't know if I actually heard it come out of her mouth a different way. You see what I'm saying? But just right now, she definitely said she does not recall if the door was locked or not. So that changes things a bit for me. Okay.
But I know I did come out and I said, Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
Where
just
she
walks.
come running out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it.
Okay.
And we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh wow.
I got lost this.
Okay. I'm gonna film around this side. Now walk me through what's this little
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies, and we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now.
Okay.
And they do love those dogs.
And it's always been open like that.
Okay, he turned off that sound for a little bit. I wonder what they're talking about.
Well, you can see after you've been here, you can see how mellow the dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
That's what they do.
They're lazy. They're kind of a Jack Russell. They got a little Jack Russell.
Jack Russell, yeah. Actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the creek actually has the mama to that dog there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to slow this down again. Does that barrel still say for sale on it? That creeped me out big time. Just saying.
Now.
Okay.
I turned off the sound, you guys, so it doesn't sound all weird. I just want to see panning through here really slowly. There's lots and lots of, stuff that kind of looks like it just needs to be thrown out. But and there's quite a few vehicles, and I wonder how many of them work. A basketball hoop. Okay, wait a minute now. Julie, what? One more thing, back up a little. I could swear I heard the chain was put up at the drive after Summer went missing. Where were they when that conversation happened? How far back was that, Julie? Let me go back just like a minute. Undo that. I just got a notification. Got in my way. Okay, we're gonna go to normal speed now.
Up under there now.
Okay.
And it's always been open like that. Well, you can see after you've been here, you can see how mellow the dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
That's what they do. They're
And
lazy.
they're kind of a Jack Russell. They got a little Jack Russell in
Jack
it.
Russell, yeah. Actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the creek actually has the mama to that dog there.
Mm-hmm.
That barrel triggers. I'm going to slow it down a little bit again. Dirt bikes. Bet the boys tear it up. Okay, is that the road? No. Her swing. Oh, I wonder why she loved that swing. Look at, she looks, when you're swinging on that, it's like you're in the sky over all those trees.
Now, what's this little shed over here?
Oh, that one there?
Yeah.
That's where Donnie.
Oh my gosh, why does it sound like that? Lord help us. Let's put it on normal.
Look, but it's a mess.
No. Okay. No, it's up. Okay, that's fine.
Nothing in there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't want to get in.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, and you know what? I don't want other people to.
I don't let my kids in there either.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
not a place for.
I totally respect that. That's not an issue. But I think this is interesting because this is, you can really clearly see where she runs on this path down here.
It's not the prettiest house in the world, but
Huh?
I said it's not the most beautiful house in the world.
You know what? It's a house.
This,
You know what? You know, God forbid, anybody judge you for having a bad house. I mean, it is what it is. At least you're putting food on the table
have
and
you seen the food?
trying to do your best. I saw.
And then Allie says that she bought the food.
And then this is over here. This.
did y'all hear that? I didn't catch that the first time. She said, when they were just talking about the food, she said, and then Allie tries to say she bought the food. Interesting.
It's where you do your fire for the kids.
Fire that heats the.
Is that an old generator?
Yeah.
Does it work? No, did it at some point?
It worked like over 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you can turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to north to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove a truck and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's
wait.
go look at the.
Didn't she just say that she drove in the? Hold on.
And the two boys, not Josie.
that.
And then this is over here. This is where you do your fire for the kids. Is that an old generator?
Yeah.
Does it work? No, did it at some point?
It worked like over 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you can turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon.
Okay, now, didn't she just say I rode in that bus when I was a little kid? Am I delusional?
Not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon.
You can turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever.
Yeah, she said I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid. Now, this is neither here nor there. I'm just making an observation, okay?
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
So he says, tell me about it. So she goes into this story about just them going to get it from
my mom and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to north to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove a truck and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's go look at the. Tell me about this area over here.
Well, there's a bicycle. Oh my goodness.
And do you trade the scrap metal in for cash? No. Sometimes, no?
See, and I wish they would. I wish they would. Now, this has nothing to do with anything. I'm just talking again, okay? They've got all that scrap there. And, she herself has made comments that she's called them poor herself, okay? So if you feel like you're poor and it's a struggle, why not take the scraps? You have a truck to be able to do that. I just don't know why they wouldn't do that.
No, it just sits there.
And this is mom's trailer right here?
This is my mom's camper.
Okay. And these are the flowers.
Yeah.
With her little buddies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a good picture of that. Her Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. These are Summer's little toys there. There's one there. Then there's this guy right here. Then this is Casey on the case.
It's Chase.
Okay.
Chase on the case.
I love it.
Got Chase on the case and you got Rubble on the double.
And you have, obviously, somebody made you a cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. That Mom on Patrol for Summer. Wow. And this is that road down behind the property. Back there you can see. So, Miss Candace, while I'm out here, is there anything that you feel is important that you'd want to tell the world that I haven't asked you that you want to let them know?
Not really, just hope that everybody that's looking for her, that we can find her and bring her home safely.
Okay.
She was very precious to me.
Okay. And the authorities are working hard on this?
Yes, from what I understand, yes.
Okay. And you know, we're going to let them do their job,
Yes, sir.
right?
That's right.
And you're cooperating, obviously.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. And now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
All right. The first one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, you know, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay. And then what about the rumors of this relationship situation with Hunter?
Are you crazy? I got a husband and 4 kids
Okay.
that I love to death.
Okay. Okay.
To me, Hunter was another one of my kids.
Okay.
That's how I felt about any kid.
Okay. Now, when I was on the phone with you yesterday briefly,
Yes.
you said he got the story out of order.
Yeah.
Okay. But it sounded like he was kind of telling the truth there.
He was kind of telling the truth, but the way he was telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up and around.
What's different that you want to clear up?
Well, because when we left from the emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors, and then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Priceless, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's exactly
That's the
that
order. Okay. So he had it different from what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So
Well,
right.
It's not what I remember. It's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you're
I
driving.
was driving. I knew where I was going.
Okay.
Okay,
And
but
what about he said that he
but did Hunter lie? Did Hunter purposely lie about the order of events, or was he mistaken? Or is there a chance that Candace was mistaken? Or is she lying?
asked you for the tea and that you gave him a tea.
He didn't ask me for nothing.
Okay, I'm just
He asked me for a Mountain Dew.
okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
Okay, where did the orange crush come from on the seat with Summer?
That was my mom's. She was drinking that and then didn't want no more.
Okay, and what about the candy on the seat?
That candy's been in
Okay, okay. And what about the pillow?
the pillow. What pillow?
Oh, she's sitting on a pillow.
Sure. Oh, Mom gets mad because if the kids get in their wet bathing suit and stuff, so I just put the pillow underneath her so Mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay, okay. Good. So there is a time frame here between this trailer and that house within, you said 2 to 10 minutes maybe.
No, 2 to 5.
2 to 5. And then she goes in and now she's gone.
Oh.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Where would a suspect have been, in your opinion, in this?
My opinion?
Yeah, in this area.
They could have been sitting anywhere. They could have been sitting over here, just off the little edge right here, or where the bus is, that little bushy area right there. They could have been sitting.
Honestly, that's what I thought about too. Where that bus is.
Right out here?
Yeah. And
Okay, come show me. That's all right.
And I just recently found out that there was I guess he's a child molester
Okay.
that lived literally 8 minutes from my house. And he can literally walk from his house into my house within 8 minutes.
Okay.
And that bushy area right there, you can't really tell if anybody's crouched down there or anything.
What do the authorities think?
I don't know what they think. I really.
And guys, I don't know where all Candace and the boys searched when they first looked for her, but what if whoever snatched her had her in that bus or something, or in one of those vehicles somehow and waited until they could get away? I don't know.
Really don't.
Okay. Yeah. I love this swing. This is summer.
All right, I'm going to keep this playing, but turn off the sad music. Look at how beautiful she is. So, what do y'all think about that? What are your thoughts about that whole interview? Anything stand out to you? Anything smell funny? Um, I love that picture of her. She looks so cute with that pink, pinky purple hair. Paw Patrol shirt. Oh my gosh. Awesome. So cute. What do y'all think? No one's talking to me. Do you believe Candace? Do you believe Allie? Do you believe Hunter? Do you think the truth is somewhere in the middle? What do you think about DW? Okay, well, if you are just joining me, we just finished watching the interview with Candace at her home. And I think I'm going to call it a night because I'm not seeing many comments coming through. So it sounds like people are maybe done chatting, but it's been nice hanging out with you. Please keep praying for our little summer. Um, let's listen to a little bit of what he says here first.
My
Speed it up a little.
When I went up there, she was very gracious. We talked for a little bit, obviously. Initially, she picked up right where she left off on the water hole without hesitation. And when we were driving up the driveway there, if you've when you get up up to her street and you turn up her driveway, just before we did that, she pulled over, got out of the car, walked over to the gate. I observed quickly that the gate was a large chain. She unlocked the chain and then threw it into the woods. But almost immediately, 5 or 6 dogs came out of the woods right at at the truck that I have. And as she took off up the hill, and when you get up to the top of or as you're going up that hill, there's just ruts and just tons of ruts. And what happens is when it rains, it washes all that gravel down, and so that road, quite frankly, is absolutely atrocious. So as you get up, you have to turn to the right, and then it takes you around by the side of the basement there that would be to your left. And as you come up, and when I got up to the top of the hill, there were a lot of other dogs up there. I think there was a total of about 13 dogs.
Wow.
And Candace shared with me that there are a lot of people that just let their dogs loose, and I think what's happening is they're starting to potentially congregate right there up on that hill.
Mm-hmm.
That said, so a couple of interesting observations, and again, it is not my responsibility, nor should it be, to interrogate
Mm-hmm.
Candace. This is a fluid law enforcement investigation.
Mm.
I wanted to give her a safe place to speak and to talk.
Yep.
And are there some discrepancies? Of course. I think some of those can be explained by the area that we're in, rural Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I think she corrects herself quickly. Some of that can be related to her street smarts and her background, et cetera. But simultaneously, some of the things she was saying gave me the impression that too there's definitely more to this story, and is so then I had to step back personally, being objective and not saying this or that, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
TBI knows, FBI may know, but I just don't fly off the handle and say stuff like that, right? We let the facts fall into place, and once they fall into place, then we'll all know. However, some observations, as we got around, and my aha moment for that situation was when I asked if I could look into the shed.
Mm.
Now, Don was not home. He was supposed to be at work, but I just had a sinking feeling that he potentially could have been around the area.
Hmm.
I don't know that for sure, but when I looked over at the shed and I saw that door open, one has to wonder, right? But hopefully I'll get an opportunity to talk to him and ask him, and then we'll know for sure. As you can tell, the house in of itself, is not unusual for, country folk in the middle of, quite frankly, nowhere. Okay. And in this case, obviously middle Tennessee. And so I was not shocked by any of the stuff inside until I went into the basement. And then I saw, some of the way the kids were basically, sleeping and the sleeping conditions and everything like that. But, when you don't have a lot of, things and stuff in the world, okay, then of course, it can be a living situation, right? I mean, coming from Southern California, there are, barrios and neighborhoods that, quite frankly, they have nothing. And when you walk
Julie, yeah, I know the shed has been searched because Candace mentioned that in the article that I read at the beginning. But what I think Chris was alluding to was that he thought that maybe Don was hiding in that shed to avoid talking with him. That's what I think. Who knows?
into a home, there's 15 people living in the same house, and they're atrocious, but they're still people. And it doesn't mean they've done something or anything to that effect. In fact, it could be the quite opposite. Because until you know for sure, then you have to follow not only what the evidence is telling you in front of you, but what your instincts are telling you through that experience. And I think this is one of these cases where, are there some red flags? Absolutely, a lot of them. Okay?
Mhm.
I'm not in a position right now on YouTube to throw out what those are. You'll hear as I was walking up the side of the house, I muted out a conversation,
Mm.
and so those are the kind of things that investigators who are fluid on this case, with the pure intent of finding Summer Wells, and that's what we're trying to do: help Summer by helping her parents. And if that changes in relationship to what they may know, or somebody may have more information or done. Grandma's not on the property. The trailer was locked after we talked, confirmed those types of things. That distance between the house and the trailer is no less than probably 50 feet. And then when you come in and you go into the house and you turn to the right, and then you go around that little bar area, and she called it a bar area because that's what Don calls it. There's a cutout there. And as you saw, it's a very narrow passageway. It's probably 2.5 feet wide, maybe a little bit wider. I mean, I'm not a small pumpkin by any stretch of the imagination.
Small pumpkin.
But I was able to get in there, and it was a set of staircase that went straight down. And as you come in to the left is that basement door. And I immediately observed whether or not a child could reach up. I didn't say anything. A child could reach up and flip that lock, and I watched her open that mechanism. And I'm not convinced that a 5-year-old couldn't have done that, but I'm not convinced she did do it. So,
But Candace also said
just
it.
kind of let that
He
take its
didn't
course. And then to the left
couldn't
there,
remember.
the parents had their bed out there, and of course, you could see that the TV was running. That to me told me had been somebody there at prior to our arrival. I don't know what that means because I know the children are out of the house because it's 2 days post that incident, and so as a result of that, maybe other people didn't want to communicate. So then, as you saw when you look to the right, that's where the boys stay. That's where Summer's room was, and all of her toys and everything is there. And she was. I got the sense, being across from her within 1.5 feet, that she has just been reeling inside emotionally. And the other piece of me tells me she doesn't have the skill set or the coping mechanism to deal with the weight of all of this. Now, I think all of us can, guess, what that means in different ways. I have my own opinion of that. I'm not going to, lay that out here on YouTube in totality, but I think some of this could be, there's a guilt process going on here. Now, is it because she didn't watch her well enough and this is, a crazy situation? Is it an accident? I was interested in the swing. on that, out there by the tree? Could she have accidentally swung into the tree? And then I've had cases where, parents, actually panic. And as a result of that, they do stupid stuff. Could have one of the other family members been, grandma and stuff, was there something that took place there? So, and maybe there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to level set again, and I hope you are level setting inside of and what I mean by that in our chat here today, and keep it classy, because I know right now that she's out at a vigil for her sister or for her daughter.
So I appreciate what he's saying, because he's acknowledging that, yeah, she has been showing some true emotion and loss of Summer. But we don't know if what she's expressing is truthfully not knowing where she is, or if she's reeling because, like he said, there's some guilt there for a mistake, or that she knows something more than what she's telling. But holding any of that in would cause anyone, I think, to be reeling. Do I think that she's just, maniacal and did something evil to Summer? No, I don't. I've never thought that about Candace. And that's all I will say about that. I don't necessarily feel that same way about some others. But Candace, I don't feel would intentionally do something to harm Summer or cause her to be missing. I don't get that vibe from her, and there's no way for me to back that other than that's just how I feel. But do I think she's being 100% truthful about matters? No, I don't. And again, that's my opinion, which we are all entitled to. And through freedom of speech, we are entitled to express it. So we're going to listen to the rest of this, because I respect this man greatly for getting this interview and carrying it out in a very compassionate and just a compassionate way. He's compassionate toward the family as well as Summer and just everyone involved, and I appreciate that.
Daughter, okay? And so she's signaling all the right things, and as a I don't think we know all the story yet. It's obvious, and I know we can analyze a lot of the information that's been provided. In fact, Coop and I and Dean had a great talk today. And if you don't know, this organization, the Cold Case Foundation, our executive director is Greg Cooper, and he ran the behavior science for the FBI for many quite a long time with John Douglas from Mindhunter. And John used to be our executive director, but he recently stepped down. And he's doing a show on Fox. But Greg and I talked for quite some time today. We analyzed this video, and we came up with some things that at some point we're going to weigh in on. But right now is not the time to do that. So with that, I see somebody's putting in here in Tennessee, we leave the TV on all the time. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's a possibility
people do
right there, right up front. So this is. When you get an opportunity, I know you're going to go back and you're going to watch this, and you guys are going to see things, that we're not, aren't obvious right up front. I thought was very interesting is Candace has a picture of her sister right there in the kitchen. Now, I don't know if she's living that, but correlate that to the statement she made down at the water's edge when she says, "Now I'm living this twice." And I will also share with you while we were down there, and it's not on camera, that she sat down and she had, a minor emotional, meltdown. And she looked at me and said, "I don't know." And she was crying. I mean, she was hysterically crying. I'm being 100% honest with you. She said, "Chris, I don't know why God is punishing me."
See, this got to me too, guys. It really did.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But it's my responsibility to give her a safe place.
Yeah.
even if she's involved.
I
that's what I
respect
hope
him
to
for
do.
that. Sorry for talking over him. Um, okay. So my thoughts on that are yes, 100%. And I don't know this guy, obviously. I only know him through this case. I haven't even followed him on any other cases. Um, but just from what I've seen on this case, my gosh, to me, he has so much integrity, um, and just is so compassionate. But anyway, what I was going to say about what he said at the end there about Candace, sobbing, and which none of us have seen, which everyone has, pretty much tried to burn her at the stake for, because it just doesn't line up, right? It doesn't line up with how we think that a mother should react when her little girl's missing. But anyway, she did break down and he saw that. And she said, I don't know why God is punishing me, um, as she was sobbing. And that is heart wrenching. That was heart wrenching for me to hear, that she believes that. Uh, and I don't know what to make of it either, but it does. I don't know if that doesn't soften your heart a little bit for her. I don't know. It softened mine, but I don't know what to do with all of that because I, like I said, I do think she's been deceptive on some things, and that's concerning because that's going to, any deception is going to hinder finding this girl. So, yeah, any deception is going to hinder finding her. So that's problematic. But y'all keep praying for Summer. Thanks for hanging out with me. God bless you. Hold your kids tight. Tell the people you love that you'll love them, and don't let a day go by without that. Good night.